Self-defense myth 37, don't run away. Those of you who have been long-time viewers of this channel will know what I think about that. And to those of you who might be new, allow me to explain. There's a certain sort of school of self-defense thought that says if you run away, then you immediately turn your back on the opponent, and what will happen is, as you flee, they'll catch up with you, and then when they finally catch up with you, you'll be exhausted from running, and they're still going to catch up with you, and now they're going to beat you senseless. This school of thought is wrong because, one, you hit them before you run. Two, when I say we, if we got myself, your good self watching now, and 3 other people, and we run, so we're all in a line and go, we're going to finish at different times. We're not all going to run at the same speed to the same place. So what happens is, if you've got multiple opponents, you crack the first bastard. If you can't, or if you're not confident with saying, fucking stay where you are, and create distance, you create enough distance between you, you then turn and run. As soon as you crack him, you run. You run a couple of 100 yards, you stop, you turn around. The first person who comes to you, you lamp them. You then turn and run. Another couple of 100 yards, you stop, turn, you lamp the nearest guy to you, you then turn and run. You won't need to keep doing this because after you drop the first 2 bastards, the rest of his mates aren't going to want to catch up with you. So it's not ideal, but you hit, you run, you stop, you hit the next guy, you turn, you run. The idea that you're going to be so exhausted by the time you finish that they're going to catch up with you, it's stupid. It comes from people who don't actually pressure test. So when I say pressure test, it's not always actually the actual physical technique. It's the whole situation. It's the whole biology of that part of self-defense. So the idea that we're going to be arguing and I'm going to go "Ooh!" and run away, I wouldn't do that. I would lamp you first. I would drop somebody. I would then have you as a psychological fence between myself and the rest of the group, whilst I threaten them to stay where they are. I would then move back, whilst keeping those guys at a distance. Once I knew there was enough distance between me and them, then I turn and run, knowing that you're not going to be able to close that distance and catch up with me. It's alarming to me that there are people out there teaching self-defense classes, teaching martial arts as self-defense classes, who don't know what they're talking about. It's annoying to me because there's no legal repercussion. If you get somebody to come and fit if you get an electrician to come and do the wiring in your home, and as soon as they're finished, you turn on the light switch, sparks fly, and it burns down your house because of faulty wiring, you can take the electrician to court and sue them for all they've got. If you go to somebody who's teaching you self-defense and they don't know what they're talking about, and you try to defend yourself using their techniques and you get beaten severely, there's absolutely no comeback that you can have on them. I do think something needs to change about that, but where would we even start? Going off on one here. Always, if you can, run first. Run first, run fast, run free, run wild, but run. Get away. The further you are away from the bastards, the less chance there is of them doing you damage. Again, this is where awareness comes into it. Awareness, avoidance. Avoidance might be, for the most part, me seeing the bad guy, turning around, walking a different route. Avoidance can be, if I'm walking down the street and I see 4 guys at the other end of the street running at me, my avoidance is going to be to turn and run. Avoidance isn't just hiding or walking away. Avoidance can be running away from the situation before it actually becomes a situation. There's absolutely nothing wrong with getting away from it. A lot of the people who say, oh, I'd never run me, I'd stand and fight my ground, these are people who've never been in a real fight in their life. Ever. Because if they had been, they would know that you always want to take the option of going away and not actually having to fight, because when you fight, bad things can happen, bad things can come back to you. It's not a good thing. So it's a myth that you shouldn't run. You should always flee if you can. You should always flee as soon as you can. The mitigating substance might be that you've got people with you who cannot run. this is where we would go full on bore preemptive attack. We would use our verbal offensive. Stay where you fucking are! You would do that long enough for the person who cannot run for whatever reason to get a decent amount of space away before you would then get away with them. So that's really the only time you wouldn't want to immediately run away. You wouldn't want to leave somebody behind who needs help. If you agree, if you completely disagree, if you don't know whether you agree or you don't, pop something in the comments box. Like, share, and subscribe. All interaction helps with the channel. It helps create conversations, which is what this channel is supposed to be about. Until next time, train hard, train smart, stay safe.